Welcome to Black Box Radio Live. This is Duff, the Dressed Up Dope Fiend Show, coming to uplift and to inspire through storytelling, helping people grow and to overcome their challenges. And mine is through sobriety, maintaining that daily. Look, I want y'all to push that subscribe button, that like button, and that share button. I'm on every third Tuesday of the month. We about to start working it out to be every 2 weeks now. So we're going to begin the show and we're going to get it on and started. Today, what I want to talk about, I want to share a story. Like a lot of people that friends that I've been coming across, like sometimes you can think that your story is the most important story that, you know what I mean, because that's what you went through. But then you start finding out that, man, you know, different than nobody else. You know, some people's seem more severe and some people don't. But it's up to the person that went through it, of the severity of their perspective of it, or a different appreciation of it, far as that they take it as a learning lesson and a growing lesson. So I'm going to tell a story. Like I can't like use names or locations and stuff. So I'm just going to just put in some locations. But it's about my homegirl, and when we was coming up and she was younger, I never like could imagine like her being the age that she was, and her mom was on drugs and stuff, and you know she was taking care of her younger brother, making sure that the food stamps don't get sold, um, making sure that the bills are paid at that young age, making sure that her mother wouldn't go through that the money, so that her and her brother would have a place to stay. And she was like when I know her, you know, when we was coming up, like 10 at that time. And that's when her nightmares started, because her mother really started getting worse on drugs and stuff. And she started letting men come up there, you know, and touch her daughter, you know what I mean, for free drugs. I don't know the extent of what transpired for us in that period. Only thing I know is that she became real distant, you know, later on much, because me and her real cool. Later on, she opened up to me, but like what she was telling me was that then her mom owed a drug dealer, you know, and she sold her. She sold her for a package that she fucked up. She sold her daughter for an ounce that came up missing in the house. I mean, what the fuck do you do with that? You in a house with your brother and with your mom. Your mom already letting people touch you and do things to you. Your father locked up, so he's not there. And then she sell you. And you don't even know you sold. And that's how she was breaking it down to me, far as when she was over there at first, over the drug dealer house. It was like he was real nice to her. And then the next thing you know, she said that's when the beatings came. And that's when the gang rapes, you know, they came, like breaking her in. She said she became numb to it. Damn, I'm like just thinking to myself, like even saying that, like trauma is amazing to the point where something can happen to you over and over and over and over again that you become numb and docile to it. And she started getting pimped out. And she said it was other girls in the house and stuff like that, you know, but they, you know, they was forced to work, forced to go to like the motels and sell that body. And she said, like, at that time, she was like, what, 13, 14. And it's crazy how you can get a grown man that would be attracted, you know, but shit happens, you know. That's fucked up to me, though. But then she was saying that as she was doing this, they started getting a high. And so she was sniffing dope and smoking coke, you know, to numb herself. And she was drinking. And that's crazy. I mean, like, you young like that. You not in school. Your mother done sold you. And you growing up with a hardened heart. And she was telling me she would try to keep it unhardened, but that chaos became her normal. And she was saying that she made friends with one of the females that was there. And, you know, dude got busted for us with the drugs. So that was her chance to be free. And like once she took that opportunity, she took the girl with her. So they got a place, you know, they trying to going to school. But she said she wanted to leave though. And she was like, she found her brother, and she said it took every ounce in her not to hurt her mother. She said she just wanted to stab her up. She said she had that vision in her mind, just stabbing her because of what she went through. And she said she never felt that much hate. She said she hated her mother more than she hated the dude that raped her and put her in sex work. And to me, that's amazing. That's wild. So she took her brother and her brother, and our homegirl, that you know, because that's the person she trusts. That's the person that was, you know, out there, you know, doing what she did. And the next thing you know, her father come home. Now imagine you're still a teenager, and this is what she was telling me. Like, you know, now she's like 17. She a teenager, and her father come home, and she taking care of a grown man. And what you going to do? She was like, he started getting high. She started selling her body to make sure he was good. You're not selling your body for yourself or for your own like gain. You're selling your body so that he can be well on drugs, and you're selling your body to make sure that the rent paid and stuff like that. And so she wasn't even letting her homegirl know because she didn't want her homegirl to go back into it. But to make a long story short, it's like she gets a GED, you know, she moves to another state. She takes her brother with her. She leave her homegirl behind. I guess no matter what, you take yourself, no matter where you go at. You know, she trying to start a whole new life. That's what she was telling me, a whole new identity. She didn't want to be known for that. She didn't want to come across people that knew her for doing that and from being out there. And so she said she went to church and stuff like that, and she started meeting people. And like she said, the one guy she met, I mean, he was nice, everything, but he was too square. But she said the other dude she met, he was in the church too, but he just had flavor to him. But he seemed nice. But when she settled down with him, it turned out that he was nothing like the persona that he was betraying. And so then the next thing, you know, she finds out that he's a woman beater. When he can't get none, he rapes her. He don't want her doing nothing. He just want to control her and keep his foot on her neck. And she said she knew she had to leave and take her breath out that situation when she was going to kill him that night. And like I'm just telling her story because it's like everybody goes through something, whether it's that extreme or not. But she went through it. And to come to find out the same guy that she didn't like at first because he was too square, it's the same guy she wound up marrying. It's the same guy that accepted her for a past. It's the same guy that when they got married, she held her. He didn't have sex with her, but he held her through the night. She the same person through all that pain that be fighting for other sex workers and exploited children. She the same person with a GED that went to community college, then from community college to regular college. And if you look at it today, you wouldn't even expect that. And what's crazy about the whole situation is that I can relate because like when me and her was talking, it's that eternal homework is forever. And no matter what a person like tell you, like with me, for instance, I have false teeth, you know, and sometimes I go out and without wearing my false teeth so that I can become secure with me more and not the false image of the false teeth that portrays a pretty smile. But it's hard to be like sometimes like reminded of what you went through. I'm not going to say who you are, who you were, rather the person that you were, because that was never you. That was just situations and pressure that was fine tuning you into what you became now. And what's amazing is like to get back to her, you would never ever expect that she went through that pain. And I have some people that I know that been through a lot, and they would never share that part. They didn't bury that shit, and they didn't moved on. That shit was yesterday. Then you have people like me and her that's, I mean, compelled to like share. But it's like a curse at the same time because it's like when you sharing, You don't know who you traumatized and re-traumatized, and you don't know. I ain't gonna say you don't know. You start to go through shit within you that you get tired of talking about that shit because it don't correlate with the person who you're becoming now, who you're growing into. And me and her was talking about that. Like, is it our responsibility, or is it our burden to bear, or are we just trying to be like to redeem ourselves in a certain way, or that insecurity where you want to feel needed, you want to feel like you did something good. And like, I can't speak for her, but when I started like really exploring that, I started finding out that it's not with me that I want to be needed, or I want to feel like I'm doing something good. With me, it's more, I have so much empathy for a motherfucker sleeping outside. I have so much empathy for a motherfucker that's on that shit, that's not being treated like a human being, because I went through it. And it's just something in me that burns, where I just want to show that, man, if you apply that work to yourself, just like what she did, if you apply that work, you can overcome. You don't have to be that same person. And I'm not just talking about the drugs. I'm talking about far as that defective personality that comes out of it. Because like what she was telling me, that she was so goddamn hateful. She was so goddamn bitter and resentful, and how she couldn't even trust a man, or like a man was like an object to her, like a tool to get what she want. If it was like when she was with dude, it was a means, a way to pay those bills. And she said she started like understanding her part in it, not just what he did, but her part in it. And it's like she was saying that she had to start learning how to receive love in order for her to love other people. And I can relate to that, because that's the lesson that I'm going through now. Far as I can receive love now, but I'm learning how to receive it properly, with boundaries, with discipline, far as loving me, so that I can love others. How can I receive love from anybody else if I can't even love myself, receive love from my own self? And I just want to show people that this journey, no matter how hard it is, it's not about things. It's not about the temporary, but it's about becoming free. And freedom isn't free, you know? It takes work to become free. And it's an ongoing process of work. I wanted to share that story because, like, getting to the point of where I'm at now, and to go through the drinking, then to go through a desert where you lose your second income, and this second income that you have lost is like it's crazy, because you have to have that faith, and you can't like go and make moves, or go back to your old self trying to numb yourself. And what was crazy was that I might not have been getting fucked up, but I was smoking cigarettes. I mean, crazy, drinking coffee like it was something like it was Gatorade or something, like I was thirsty. Excuse me for 1 second. I have to plug my PC up. Sorry about it. It's live. Okay, I'm back. And I'm glad that I did have that break because that's what's so funny about it. How sometimes life will intervene because I was so uncomfortable talking about the space that I'm in. And it's like I just got a car and shit. You know what I mean? Got my rent. I got fucking car insurance, you know what I mean? The car payments, you got the gas, you got everything. And you haven't lived check to check in a long fucking time. You know what I mean? That shit like real. But again, it's like it becomes growth because you can't focus on the fear and you can't focus on what the fuck you going through. You gotta focus on solutions. And then you go like you're applying for applications, you're applying for everything. Then even Grubhub said because your criminal record, because I guess it's the fraud and shit. And you looking at like who the fuck is Grubhub that deny me old charges that's over 10 years old. But then you got to put that in the fucking perspective, like, man, maybe it's not where I'm meant to be or what I'm meant to do. And you got to navigate all this shit. And when you navigating this shit, you want to fucking drink. When you navigating that shit, you want to smoke cigarettes like a motherfucker. When you navigate that shit, you tend to turn back to your old habits that like relieve the stress. So I've been doing fucking breath work and it's been working. I'm getting better at it. And I've been practicing like not smoking those cigarettes. That's been hard. I got 2 days in now, so so it's just fresh. So it's like the uncomfortability is like there because I don't like to remind my motherfucking self of what I'm going through right now. I know everything's going to be all right. I know everything's going to happen because everything is taking place right now. All my bills are paid and shit like that. You know what I mean? But it's like these motherfucking choices that you gotta make. And sometimes you have things thrown in your motherfucking life where you don't have a choice. And that's going back to her and going back to certain situations that I was in, where the choices that you have at that time for making a fucked up choice or something was thrown on top of you like her shit. All you got is to choose from this fucked up choice or that fucked up choice. And it's like where me and her at today, I don't have to make that fucked up choice. I don't have to go buy some, like like some weed to sell or some coke to sell. I don't have to fucking panic and commit fraud or do some dumb shit where I can lose everything. It's like now I can make that choice like, hey, okay, you might not want to drive and deliver pieces, but guess what, homie? You might have to do that for right now. It's like the choices that I have now, it's like they're not all that bad. You know what I mean? So I'm happy about that. And I just want to talk about that. And I want to talk about for us like in the beginning, like what I was telling her story and like some of the stories that I told about myself. I don't have those kind of choices no more, you know, where I gotta wake up in the morning to choose to commit fraud or grand theft to supply a dope habit. You know what I mean? And so I'm celebrating that shit. Only thing I have to do is be manageable with my money, with the funds, and I'm paying my shit. And it's nice to know that I have people in my corner. And so I thank God about this part. And it, like, I mean, Queen really blessed me. That's the person that they're on the platform, you know. So she blessed me. I'm not gonna get all into that, but then my daughter blessed me, my daughter India. Um, my sister blessed me. My fiance, Holly, she blessed me. Um, and to know that you have like people like Queen called me out of nowhere. My daughter did something extra for me that she didn't have to do. And was like, Daddy, don't even worry about it. My sister, don't even worry about it. And she called me big head. And I could have kept that same perspective of like doom, doom. And it just let me know, like this weekend, everything's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And I wanted to share that with you for us, like when you come out from a certain like pattern in your life or a certain season and you come into a new season and you living right and you doing right and you starting to learn how to love yourself and these tests come and these tests of self-discipline and teaching you how to manage money, teaching you how to manage your time, teaching you what to apply yourself into, um, man, you start to understand the desert that you in because before you can get that extra money now, it's like you had to look at like me, I had to take responsibility for what I did with the last money. And I didn't do shit with it. If I showed you how many shoes I have and shit, like I mean, if I showed you that kind of shit, I really ain't do shit with it, you know. And so I'm not gonna blame myself for that shit. It's a learning lesson right now. I'm just not gonna repeat those same mistakes. And so I'm happy, I'm happy, like how can I say, like the way this turning out. And like with Queen this weekend, it was nice. And with my kid and my sibling, my sister, and with my fiance, it was nice to know. Then I got a pay raise, so it's like God just letting me know, like you all right. Just trust in this process. I got you. I got you. And everything is all right. It's okay to be scared, but you don't have to operate in it. And so that's where I'm at with that. And I mean, man, that's a blessing in itself. That's a blessing in itself. And so like the other journey that I'm on, I've been studying chem, chem, chemet, spirituality. And I'm starting to like see it's like how can I say everything is within. I'm starting to see that now. Everything is within, but you gotta put work into it. You gotta water it. You gotta balance it out. You gotta become balanced. So I'm learning how to embrace my darkness along with that good that's in me. I'm learning how to embrace that I like good food. And when I get good food, to be so skinny, I can eat a lot. So I'm like, yo, I embrace it. But just as much as I'm embracing it, also I'm learning moderation with it also. So certain things about myself, I don't look down upon no more. Certain desires that I have, certain things that's in the closet that I have that, what I mean, you know, fantasies and things like that, that a woman might think that shit weird, you know what I mean? But I don't look down on myself no more. I embrace it, but it don't mean that I have to act that shit out. So, like, I want to get into something, and this was in beating yourself up. This what brought me onto the subject. Beating yourself up will not change the situation. It's what you strive for next that matters the most. And for me, that spoke volumes. You understand what I mean? That spoke volumes. That spoke volumes. That spoke volumes. Even like now, like with this show, for instance, like you give me another 3 months, about another 3 months, the platform would be steady, everything will be like how can I say solid. But excuse me, in front of your eyes, I'm growing up. Whoever watching this fucking show, I'm growing up in front of your eyes. I'm maturing in front of your fucking eyes. I'm starting to find out who the fuck I am, what I like. Even in the show, I don't want to be called Dolphine Tibby. That's what I was talking to Queen about. So, I mean, we worked that out. But the point what I'm making, it's like by the fucking second, my life is so exciting right now. I'm hugging trees right now. I'm walking with no shoes on. I'm back listening to my classical music. Life is exciting for me right now. I'm finding out that I like being by my motherfucking self. I don't like using the word antisocial. Like I might go around a person, but I only want to be around that person for 30 minutes. I be with my fiance all day and stuff like that. But we give each other space too. So as far as what I'm going through now, it's good that we have this long distance relationship because we give each other space. Then we miss each other and stuff. Then we spend time when we see each other. But man, I be dreading to go to social events and shit like that. I don't know. I'm babbling right now, but I'm getting shit out. And y'all might not like it, but I'm getting shit out right now. But yeah, I'm changing by the second. Even like what I want to be in life, what I want to do. Like, I started writing again. I'm starting to write poetry again. I'm starting to get back into my storytelling. I love art. I love artistic expression. Um, I'm starting to get back into these things that I left alone for a long time. I'm starting to get back into reading encyclopedias and then delve into the history of it to break apart the good and false history of it. Like what's real, what's not. I'm starting to become a nerd again. I hate putting titles on myself, but that's how I'm starting to become. Starting to laugh again. Like, where at first I was like getting on taking myself real serious, but now it's like I can smile again. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. I can smile. I'm going to share something with y'all, whoever listening, because I'm getting back into me. And I got 2 children books that are copywritten, doing nothing with these motherfuckers. Got an LLC that I'm doing nothing with. Uh, but I'm trying to change that narrative now. And I wrote this for our people, for our children. It's called You Are Beautiful. And it's for the parent and the child. I just wanted to read it to show you where my mindset is coming into now from where it was. It go, you are swift and radiant. You are powerful, intelligent, and moving. You are kind, generous, and compassionate. You are peaceful, loving, and forgiving. You are solid, enduring, and fire. You are the rain, wind, and sunshine. You are so beautiful, elegant, and precious. You are not a slave. You are a king and a priest from a royal bloodline. You are not a murderer. You are not a thug. You are not a thief. You are not bitter, resentful, or angry. You are not helpless, defeated, or needy. You are not a skin color or minority, but a holy tribe. You are equal, pure, above, and divine. You are the number 12, a golden crown and mantle you wear. Beautiful are you, are your full lips and thick, natural, soft hair. Let them stare, my child. Wonderful is who you are. And these are the things I'm getting back into. This is a book I've written, and I'm going to start making moves to get this published. Can you imagine reading that every day to your child and for yourself? For all the things that we see about ourselves every day as a people. But to read that, I think that's powerful. You understand what I'm saying? I'm starting to find myself. I'm so fucking scared of success that I just self-sabotage and I cripple myself. And I'm not going to let that happen this time. So much shit came against me. But I just keep flourishing. And I'm going to start sharing my gifts with the world. That's a gift. I'm not even worrying about money from it. I just want everyone to have it. Then I have another one, but that'll be done on another day. And another thing I want to talk about that I said I'm going to start doing on the show, I'm just going to start people who we don't even know about, far as our people who we don't even celebrate. That's not talked about. All we get is Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, people like that. You know what I mean? But I want to give shout outs to Marion Rogers Crook. And she was born May the 14th, 1955. And She is an engineer, right? And she developed the voice over internet protocol, enabling services such as Skype and Zoom. She was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame for her work with that. She has over 200 patents. She is the vice president of engineering at Google. And for 3 decades, she worked at Bell Labs and AT&T, bringing about a lot of innovation. And she's from New York, New York. This is the kind of stuff that I want to do. It's hopefully if somebody is watching this, they can share this same story with their daughter, their niece, someone like that. Instead of getting that narrative all the time that we just twerk, or that narrative that we just gold diggers, which is not true. These narratives that are painted over us, because that's all the fuck we are shown all fucking day long. I mean, we have some beautiful people, and I'm going to start celebrating them. And that's why I was giving shout outs tonight for us to Queenie and to my fiance, to my daughter, and to my sister. We have some good-hearted people within our tribe. We just get shown the negativity all the time. And I want to bring a different narrative to this. I want this show to be about love, but I'm figuring out who the fuck I am right now. And I'm trying to figure out this format. But I'm starting to learn that instead of trying to figure out shit, if you just sit back, sit still, it'll flow through you naturally. Like tonight, y'all might say I'm all over the place, but you know something? A lot of stuff is being accomplished right now just for these little things that I told, that I done. Because the story that I told in the beginning is a story of resilience. It was a story of beating the odds. My story that I'm telling is a story of resilience, but I just don't want to lay in the afterbirth no more. I already got the victory. I just don't want to lay in that afterbirth no more. Because the afterbirth will start stinking if you don't wash it off. Now, how can I walk in that victory and still be able to tell my story, but not live that story no more? And not traumatize no one from that story no more. But to be able to walk in these new triumphs that I'm walking in, but still live in the present moment of the daily things that I go through and how I'm figuring that shit out. Because I ain't the only one. And that's what I'm trying to make this motherfucking platform a motherfucking tribal event in love, where we all helping each other, where this become a platform where you can call in, where you can tell your victories, where another person can call in and talk about what they're going through, where we build each other up and we're not relying on everything else that been failing us for, centuries? Let's say centuries, because this shit has been failing us. It's time to do something new. It's time to start pouring into each other. It's time to start uplifting. And I don't give a fuck. Well, I do care if I just have 5 viewers. I do. I ain't gonna lie. But if I did have just 5 fucking viewers, that as long as one person gets something out of that shit, that's the unselfish part of me. But of course, paying bills and the logical side of me is I want us to win. So that's real. I'm not going to just say and lie to you, but yeah, but that unselfish, that spirit, that loving, that pure energy in me. I want this a space to be of healing, of wholeness, of self-worth, of self-divinity, and then to come into collectiveness as one. All of us just being a collective, and we just vibing off each other. That's the word I've been looking for the whole time. High vibrational, a high vibrational show where we not bringing none of that low vibration shit on here. It's nothing but pure high vibration, pure love, pure growth, pure building. And the more I look at the episodes on this platform, to me, that's the best word I can salute it to. It's high vibrational. It's some positive stuff going on here. And we're gonna make this shit work. Yeah, yes we are. Yes, we are. And so I'm going to start bringing a new person every week for us that uh, just because I might not have heard of the person don't mean that y'all didn't, but someone that's not just talked about in the classrooms or in studies, people not just of the past, but up to date, or people in the past that's not talked about who revolutionary things, who brought things into a whole nother like if it wasn't for us like during World War II, Pepsi would have just collapsed, things like that. During the Great Depression, because we couldn't put our money in the banks, we kept the economy going on somewhat because we had money. And these are the things I would like to celebrate. I mean, these positive narratives of us, of even during the 40s, 50s. I mean, our income, our house income, working at Ford Motors and other places, and man, we was well above the national standard. The family was well like together. I'm not going to say like it was like kumbaya. Of course, you always have a rotten element. That's a strong word. You always have a negative influence within your neighborhoods or within your society as a whole. I hate saying community because community is communication and unity. And I don't think we have achieved that except for certain times when we separated, and we did well in that aspect. But it's 9:48. We get ready to start wrapping this up. I hope that you I'm really hoping that y'all are enjoying it, and I think for the ones that keep tuning in, I thank y'all. And I think for the ones that tune in far as like when they see it on YouTube or they see it on another platform. And I thank y'all for y'all views and stuff. And the jewel that I want to give tonight is that your past is never meant to define you. You take that young lady, everything that she went through, and you look at her now. You take me, 32 years sniffing dope. I mean, the homelessness, all kinds of the mental illness, all kinds of things I went through. You take all that don't define me. If someone listening right now, you went through something, I mean, I use the word tragic. And when you start gaining that right perspective on it, you start realizing that everything that you went through has only been preparing you for this moment, or the moment, that special moment that's about to come. Your life assignment. Your spiritual assignment is to wake up. It's to come into realization of who you are. But that life assignment, your extension here. Why are you here? What are you doing? Man, that's powerful. And when you start doing that, and you start doing what you love, when you wake up to that, you'll start seeing that everything that you went through prepared you for that moment. That's like no one can't tell me that I'm not going to have an Oscar. Far as for the screenplay I'm writing, no one can't tell me that these books that I'm writing are not going to impact lives. But everything that I went through, when I write or I storytell, it's nothing but my heart is being put into it. It's not something that I'm trying to create through imagination. When you add your heart, your pain, your victories, everything to your imagination, and you beat that in high vibration, nothing can stop your creativity. Nothing can stop your inventiveness. Nothing can stop your solutions as far as what you have for society. And nothing can stop your love as far as your imagination of your love for others as you grow in loving within yourself. This is a beautiful time for me. This is a time that y'all witnessing live time, me waking up. This is a time that y'all witnessing me growing in maturity. And this is a time that you witnessing that, I mean, man, I say it with my chest out. Black Box Radio is about to take off. Watch. This is a beautiful platform. A beautiful platform. And I'm proud and I'm glad to be a part of this. I'm glad to have my producer, Ja. I'm glad for all this. And we're going to wrap this up and just remember, look, no matter what you're struggling through, man, punch through that coffin, punch through that dirt in that grave, and just reach for that light. And as soon as when it hits you, just breathe it in, take it in, because you're alive again. And to those that already reached that light and steady growing like a tree within that light, don't forget to drop the fruit off your leaves, your limbs, your tree limbs, so that other people who are coming through the ground can eat for free as they maturing and growing as their own tree before they can produce the fruit to eat from. As always, I'm on every third Tuesday of the month at 9 p.m. I want you to push that share, like, and that subscribe button. And I damn sure want y'all to tune in again. And now I'm open for us doing this twice a week. And yeah, this is about to be beautiful, man. Y'all just don't get it. Y'all don't see what I see. It's about to be beautiful. And thank everybody. I love everybody. If nobody told y'all today, I love y'all. And if no one told y'all today, give yourselves a hug. And hug somebody special in your life. Just spread that love. I love y'all. I'm out. Okay, bye.